Lyon, your first fight of 2019, February 23rd in your home city at Leicester Arena. Excited to get back in after the Archie sharp setback?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Do you know what I mean? This is what I do. It's what I love doing, fighting. All the training and that's all right. That passes time. But the fighting, that's what I love doing. Do you know what I mean?
When you say the training boring, it's just about getting training to fight.
If I could just get in the ring and fight, I would. I just love fighting. The training is like, I like coming to training because I get to see CJ, Hodge like regularly, do you know what I mean, throughout the day and the year and everything. So it's not that part of it I like, but I just love fighting. You know what I mean? That's my passion.
I mean, I think you showed that in the Archie Sharp fight. You know, you might have lost that night, but we were speaking earlier about you.
Yeah.
You showed how tough you are, didn't you, in that ring?
Oh, of course, 100%. Like, I want to start showing more sides and aspects to my game, do you know what I mean? Because I'm a very, very, very good boxer, like, very good. I know that I can box with the best, do you know what I'm saying, in the country. But, like, I feel like I've come to a stage in my life in boxing where I'm, like, stuck between styles. So it's like trying to find the nice middle, do you know what I mean? Boxer fighter, do you know what I mean? Get a nice middle, and yeah, man. As soon as I develop into them stages there, and you'll start seeing that coming out in my fights, you'll start seeing a very good fighter.
When you say a nice middle, what do you think that is going to be then, that nice middle?
Box when you need to box and fight when you need to fight, do you know what I mean? Like, just getting a nice middle, because not everyone can do both, do you know what I'm saying? So, and I know that I can do both at very good levels. Like, some people are very good at boxing and they're all right on the inside, do you know what I mean? Like, I know that I can do both at a very high level. So it's about trying to get them styles to merge together and get comfortable with it.
How important is it for all the local fighters who are on the bill from Leicester to keep winning and building their records and improving to make this city where it was in the 80s when Tony Sibson was leaving a trail of destruction, and Chris Pyatt in the 90s?
Well, from the very beginning, before I even turned pro, like, me and Hodge was always saying how we want to bring boxing back to Leicester. We want to bring big time boxing back to our city, do you know what I'm saying? Because it was a big sport. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we had some great fighters back in the day. Like you said, Sibson, we had Mackenzie's, both the brothers. We had Pyatt, who is now coaching down here now, which is pretty sick. I like that. Yeah, man. I can't wait to hopefully he gets his pro license, and then he can start like being in my corner with Rodge. That'll look good.
And then also on the bill, Sam Bowen against Ronnie Clark, which is obviously a fight you'll be taking a keen interest your weight. How do you see that fight going?
I think it's going to be a tougher fight than a lot of people are thinking, to be honest. I don't think Sam's just going to blow Ronnie Clark away. He's not a pushover like that. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a good fighter. I know he's getting on in his age, but he's been around a while. Do you know what I mean? In all combat. Do you know what I mean? Before he was boxing, he did like kickboxing or something. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, he's been in combat a while, so I can't see him just getting blown away by Sam. I feel like Sam will try that, and then when he sees it doesn't work, then Ronnie will just be laughing in his face like, anymore. Do you know what I mean? Then we'll start seeing what Sam Bowen really is about.
What do you think he's about from what you've seen?
From what I've seen? Well, I've seen him from the amateurs. We offered him the fight twice in the amateurs. Remember, he's had over 100 something fights. The first time we offered him the fight, I had 16. And they weren't too keen on it. They didn't want to take it. I got rated 3rd in the country. Do you know what I'm saying? And I only had like, 20 something fights. And he had over 100 and he's never even got to that. So it speaks for itself, you know what I'm saying? I know my levels and what I'm capable of and what I'm going to be able to do when that fight comes, do you know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting. It'll be a good fight. It'll be a fan favourite fight as well, because a lot of these Leicester people are very divided between Woodstock and Bowen. So.
It's a great fight for the city and the county.
Especially our styles, do you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can box and fight. And I don't believe that Sam Bowen is a great boxer. I believe he's tough, he's game, he's fit, he's strong, he can punch. And that's about it, do you know what I mean? But he does it very well.
But now you've had a defeat, albeit against a very good fighter, he might think now it's I'll have that fight and it's a bit easier.
Well, if that's how he wants to perceive it, that's great, do you know what I'm saying? One thing what people don't understand in boxing is all you people see is what happens in the ring on the night. No one sees what happens behind closed doors before the fight, the build up to the fight, what's going on in a fighter's mind, what they're going through in life. Do you know what I'm saying? All you see is what happens on the night, and which is fair enough. If you want to judge a man on that, then you can, but all that will give me is my element of surprise. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's cool.
Is the rematch with Archie Sharp in your mind for down the line this
100%.
year? I mean, everyone would want to see that again.
100%, 100%. That's in my mind. Like, I'm not out here trying to like chase a fight or anything. If the kid don't want to fight me, then whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? I literally don't care. But like in my head, it's a goal that I would like to move towards. And like I said, if you don't want it, you don't want it. Nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to spend my year chasing a fight that the kid obviously wouldn't want. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So
there's a lot of good fighters around the division. Another is Zelfa Barrett. You know, is he going to bounce back, do you think, this year from the Ronnie Clark defeat?
I feel like he went quite quiet after the fight. So I don't know. Again, like I said, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors or inside a fighter's mind. So I don't know where he is mentally. I ain't really seen much from him or anything. For all we know, he could be like proper grafting. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't mean physically, because the more I get into this sport and the more I fight, train, and grow into professional boxing, I realise that it's very little to do with physical. I'll tell you right now, it's 95% mental and 5% physical. I promise you. There's been times like in the amateurs where I've not trained, I've not ran, but I thought I was the shit. So and I got in the ring and I delivered that, because that's what I thought. My mentality was like, no one in this world can beat me. I'm the best. I'm the most ferocious fighter. I will knock anyone out. As soon as I like toe to toe, put my head on their chest, I'm gonna demolish them. And that's how I used to think. You know what I'm saying? So mentally, like I feel like if you can mentally get this boxing thing right, you'll do very, very well. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm gunning towards now. Like, a lot of people be asking me like, oh, what would you change from the Archie Sharp fight, this, that, and the other? And literally, I'll tell you now, physically, I was in the best condition I've ever been in. I was hitting times that I weren't hitting before. I was hitting harder than I was. Like, I stopped like 3 or 4 of my sparring opponents. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was on point. But mentally, that's where it all comes from. Here. It doesn't matter about all this, how fit you are, how many miles you can do, and this and that. Obviously, it helps, you know what I'm saying? But this is the key. That's the most powerful weapon in the ring.
And after this fight, you kick on further into 2019. What are you looking to achieve this year? Are there any targets?
Well, after this fight, because obviously this is just a combat fight, build myself back up. I want to start fighting a few more. Like, I want to keep fighting high caliber opponents. Do you know what I mean? With names and that. So I've seen a couple of opponents. I'd like to get a Troy James fight. I'd like to fight Ryan Wheeler, and then I'd like to end the year fighting, what's his name? Archie Sharp. I forgot. Yeah, and then fight Archie Boy at the end of the year. But like, I ain't bothered about this whole like, oh, don't say this name and don't say that and don't try and like, I'm not bothered, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm a person and I've got my own aspirations and goals, what I want to do. Do you know what I'm saying? They're the names that I want. I feel like that would be a good run for me. But if my management says different and they say different, who now should be, hopefully we should be announcing it when Frank and that comes down to Leicester for the press conference. They're looking to start managing me as well, so he'll be my manager and promoter. So 2019 is looking very positive, as long as it goes the way that I want it to, which things don't normally, but I'm sure I'll find a way to make everything work out right.